You gave up a TV job. To start a podcast in your basement. If that doesn't scream midlife crisis, I don't know what does.
It was Championship Sunday here in Indianapolis. What's the mindset then coming in as a defending champion?
I want to win. No, I want to win.
The young lady over my shoulder, Caitlin Clark.
Not the best looking guy. And I don't think anyone's going to sit here and say, Matt Randazzo was really good looking.
What has this last month, 2 months, 3 months been like for you? It's an important fan base for the Fighting Illini, is it not?
It is.
He turned 69 years young last week. You look good, Coach.
Oh, try it. Thank you.
Welcome to Off Day with Matt Randazzo here on a Thursday in the Quad Cities, Thursday, May 28th. Thank you guys for joining us. However, you are taking part in the podcast today and the show today. We really do appreciate it. If you're watching us live on YouTube, thank you for that. Keep doing that. Make sure you have subscribed. If you have subscribed, thank you. If you have not subscribed, please do so ASAP. It helps us out a ton. Also, be interactive with us on YouTube as well. We have a chat that's going every single day. A lot of questions. Great opportunity to ask guest questions, complain, compliment, all those kind of things you can do on the YouTube chat as well. We're also live on X. X is always very, very good to us. So if you're one of those people that watches the show via X, thank you for doing that as well. We're available on all the podcasting platforms as well. So whether you're a Spotify person, Apple, Podbean, iHeart, wherever you get your podcasts, put an Off the Air with Matt Randazzo and you can listen to the show each and every day as well. I always say listening is a lot better than looking at me. So we appreciate if you listen to the show as well. A lot of people are doing stuff outside these days, yard work, mowing grass, going for runs. My runs continue to be longer and longer because I get slower and slower. So turn on the show and listen as you work out or head to work, whatever you're doing. We appreciate you guys listening to the show via the podcasting platforms as well. We're also available on the WHO streaming app as well. We love that. Thank you to our viewers in Central Iowa that watch the show each and every day. We appreciate your feedback as well. It's been a busy week here on the show. A later start to the week. We had Memorial Day off, but Tuesday was a great show. We had Shauna Green, Illinois head basketball coach, on the show on Tuesday. We had Mike J., the voice of track in the state of Iowa. We also had AJ Willie and Gage Tucker, a pair of state champions from Bettendorf as well. Yesterday's show, we had Pat Anger, Ken Prince, so a busy show yesterday as well. If you missed that show, your FCA story of the week involving Kiwandee's Tim Atwell was yesterday as well. Go check out yesterday's show, Tuesday's show. We appreciate that if you do that, but we have a busy show to get to today as well. There's some start times when it comes to Iowa football. The first 3 games and Black Friday officially set. Plus, recruiting in basketball continues to get more and more interesting as the summer begins and goes along. Iowa will be focused on a point guard in the 2027 class, and Tom Kakert's watched every single one of the 6 now prospects that Iowa's focused on in person. So, Tom Kakert will join us in just a little bit to talk some kickoff times, some recruiting, and a bunch more. So Tom Kakert coming up in just a matter of moments. Then coming up later on in hour number 1, it's a crazy busy time in high school sports for the spring sports. That includes soccer, that includes softball as well. Coming up later in hour number 1 of the show, we'll be joined by a quartet of Alleman girls soccer captains, the Pioneers winning the Western Big Six for the first time in school history. They shared it. It was a co-championship, but first time they've claimed even a share of it in school history. They've won a regional, and now they're getting ready for a sectional showdown at home on Friday against Western Big Six rival Geneseo. We'll talk to the Pioneers coming up later on in hour number 1 of the show. Then in hour number 2, it's been a great season on the softball diamonds for United Township. The Panthers won the Western Big Six. They won a regional this past weekend. They won yesterday at Bradley Bourbonnais in sectional semifinal action. So they now get ready for a sectional championship coming up on Friday afternoon at 4:30. We've got a trio of Panthers joining us in hour number 2 of the show as well. So a very busy show to get to here on a Thursday on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. Thank you guys for joining us as well. A few news and notes we need to get to tonight. The iClub heads to Muscatine. If you're interested in that, go to jointheiclub.com. It's a 5:30 start down in Muscatine. Ben McCullum will be in the house. Seth Wallace will be there. A couple other Iowa coaches as well. So if you're in the Muscatine area, if you're a Quad Cityan that wants to check out Ben McCullum and his Iowa basketball crazy, like a lot of people have been, especially after the Sweet 16 and the Elite Eight, head down to Muscatine tonight, 5:30 start for that. More information on my social media, but head to jointheiclub.com to get registered to go. You can't just show up, you got to get registered first. So do that and go check out Ben McCullum in Muscatine. Speaking of Muscatine, anytime you talk basketball and Muscatine together, you think Joe Wieskamp. He's got a camp coming up later in June. We'll have Joe Wieskamp on the show coming up on Monday. Talk to him about his camp coming up, but then also his professional career, Iowa basketball in general. A lot to get to with Joe Wieskamp coming up on Monday's show as well. A quick reminder, one team still remains open and available for the Guy Randazzo Memorial Golf Outing. It comes your way June 20th at Highland Springs Golf Course. It's a great time. I did find out yesterday, Shelby Kluver, who's donated her time and works one of the giveaway holes on the course, is going to be back this year. Shelby's getting married soon, so I didn't know for sure if it was going to work out in her schedule. So Shelby's going to be there as well. A lot of other names and familiar faces from my former life at WQAD, Corey Kuffler, James Zahara, several others will be there as well. So a lot of Iowa athletics and athletes there, efforting Illinois athletes as well. Hopefully that continues, that tradition continues. So go to GuyRandazzoGolf.com and check that out and join us on June 20th for a great round of golf for a really, really good cause. Some news and notes before we get to Tom Kakert. We'll start with some basketball news, and it comes from both Champaign and Ames. We'll start with Champaign, Andrei Stojakovic, and we talked with Ken Prince on the show yesterday about this. Not a surprise. Andrei Stojakovic has withdrawn his name from the NBA draft. He'll be heading back to Champaign. Really good last season. Also really good in the Elite Eight against Iowa. Gave Iowa a ton of trouble. 17 points in the Elite Eight game against Iowa. He's heading back. So we had Brad Underwood on a few weeks ago, and you look at this team, they return a ton of talent with the Avicic twins, with Stojakovic and Mirkovic and Jake Davis, and the incoming transfer, from Providence, Stephen Jack, and then the freshmen that are coming in. Illinois should be loaded once again next season. They're arguably a top 5, top 3 team in the country heading into the season, coming off a Final Four. Brad Underwood's got it cooking down in Champaign. And if you want to hear from Brad Underwood, check out 2 Thursdays ago. We had 2 weeks ago today, we had Brad Underwood on the show. Go check out that interview. It was a ton of fun. So good news if you're a Illini fan. Not surprising news, but good news nonetheless. Also, more news in college basketball, not surprising as well. Milan Momcilovic has withdrawn his name from the NBA draft, and he's going right to the portal. Iowa State, not an option right now. Kentucky, Louisville, St. John's. I did hear Arizona in the mix as well. Iowa State still possibly open, according to Cyclone Fanatic. Not likely. And there they put due to the timeline of the decision. There's that. I think if you've got a chance to get Milan Momcilovic back, you make sure the timeline works. So yes, it is a timeline. They filled up their roster. They did it right away. But I would argue that if you have the opportunity to get him back, I believe money's an issue as well. He's going to make a lot of money. We'll talk with Tom Kakert about that part of it as well here in a little bit. But Milan Momcilovic is going to play college basketball, and he's going to play someplace besides Iowa State. And Iowa State's going to be really good, but they would be really, really good if they returned one of the best shooters in all of college basketball. Maybe Jake Brenda on a Friday tomorrow. We'll talk with him about that. But last time we had Jake on, he mentioned, probably not financially possible to get Milan back at Iowa State. We'll see what happens where he lands, but he instantly becomes one of the top prospects in the transfer portal for sure. Let's talk some more college recruiting and kick times and everything like that with a familiar face right here on OTA. So joining us now to talk some college football start times, a little college basketball recruiting, and God knows what else with Tom Kakert from the Hawkeye Report. First and foremost, are you ready for June 20th? Tom, June 20th.
What is June 20th?
The Guy Randazzo Memorial Golf Outing. Not this weekend.
Oh, I thought it was
wasn't
this
last weekend.
I saw on the show that it was this weekend.
Never listen to what Pat Anger says. He's an awful human being.
Okay.
You've been traveling. I want to talk to you about some recruiting in a second, but we had a podcast. You did your podcast over the Memorial Day, and we kind of predicted start times. I hate to say this, but I feel like you got the first 3 start times correct. I thought you thought 3, maybe an 11 in there. But then obviously,
it might have been 11.
I think a lot of people knew and thought that the night game for the Cy-Hawk game. So
yeah, we already knew the Cy-Hawk.
I want to start with that one. We knew that, but it's unique. I think it's only the third time. 02 and 16, I think, were the other times.
16.
It's NBC 6:30 kick, I believe. I know we knew it, but the fans all know it now. The reaction, the response, kind of cool to have the Cy-Hawk game in primetime.
Yeah, here's some interesting parallels is that 10 years ago in 2016, when it was a night game in Iowa City, it was game 1 for a new head coach named Matt Campbell. This time it's Jimmy Rogers as the new head coach. So the parallel there, and the parallel also might be one-sided. We'll see. But that was a blowout, 42-3 win for Iowa that day. So I don't know that it will be that one-sided, but Iowa's a 12.5-point favorite out there at some shops that have already put that line up. So we'll see how that shakes out. But yeah, the Northern Illinois game, odd start time of 3:15, but I guess they've probably got like a 12 o'clock start for one of the games there or something. And then the UNI game, 3 p.m. So, so we got some start times. We already knew the Washington game was going to start at 8 Central. The Nebraska game got the now rare 11 a.m. start. You remember when I was texting with a couple of other beat writers of note, and we were discussing how rare those 11 a.m. kickoffs seem to be these days, and longing for the days of when Mark Jones and Bob Davie seemed to call every Iowa game, and it was always at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Holly Rowe on the sidelines, and now it rarely happens. But CBS is picking that one up, the Black Friday game at 11 a.m.
Yeah, you look at it, Tommy, and I think kind of similar with the NFL, college football feeling the same way, where it's, you just mentioned those 11 o'clock games on a Saturday used to be, you would look at a schedule and be like, and I know Indiana's really good and the defending national champion, but if you had an Indiana game, you're like, okay, that's an 11 o'clock kick. Northwestern, 11 o'clock kick. Those first 3 games, or especially 2 of the first 3 that weren't against Iowa State, you knew was going to be at 11 o'clock. You look at the NFL, Tom, and I know one of the Kelseys, probably Jason Kelsey, kind of brought it up the other day that there's so much primetime and so many different games and Christmas and Black Friday that the days of noon kicks on Sunday aren't normal, and that's the way it is in college. That's just simply money, correct? The primetime games, TV, that's simply money dictating when you kick off on a Saturday.
Yeah, between having games on the Big Ten Network, FS1, Fox, NBC, CBS, Peacock. You've got all these options where you can put games, so they can put them at different times. And everybody, and with the Big Ten, particularly that 11 a.m. slot, it seems like they want to have as little competition as possible, with Fox putting that focus on the big noon kickoff, which is 11 a.m. for those of us in the Central Time Zone. They want to keep the competition away from there, so there's not going to be many games if they're going to put a Big Ten game in that time slot.
We look at the a few other notes that we got. It looks like Minnesota's probably leaning towards a night game. It said there's a certain time period, and it feels like
between 2 and 7.
And then, Tom, my hope and dream of Halloween night at Kinnick Stadium for a night game seems to be gone. Although at that time of year, Tom, if you kick that thing off at 2:30, 3 o'clock, whatever it would be, it's nighttime. It's nighttime by 4 o'clock, and it's just a great atmosphere either way. I think we figured those out. And then explain. I mean, and I should know it by now. We'll find out 2 weeks in advance, basically. Michigan, Ohio State, and the ones we don't know about right now.
It's either a 6-day advance or a 12-day advance, and usually they don't start doing the 6-day until November. Then they'll start, like that Illinois game or the Purdue game might end up being a 6-day window. But generally, the early season games, those particularly Ohio State and Michigan, I think we'll find those out 12 days in advance, and so we'll see how it shakes out. But we've got start times, which means, by the way, I think yesterday marked 100 days to kick off. So
I can't wait.
It's almost here.
I cannot wait. It's going to be a great season. Always fun in Iowa City. You've been traveling all around. People should listen to the Hawkeye Report. 2 of them recently out. One on Memorial Day, and then one recently, an 18-minute one with one of your lead recruiters at On 3 and Rivals. But you got to Kansas City. And I kind of want to just not get into the huge detail of it all, but there's 5, now 6 probably point guard candidates for the Hawkeyes that look to be that point guard in 2027. Can you quickly run through the 5 or 6 names? And then I don't want to get to too much detail, but I know that the Caden Daughtry kid might be your new man crush. If that's a
Jamie Shaw and I, who's from Rivals, our senior national recruiting analyst, a terrific guy, and he popped on the pod for about 20 minutes. I'd encourage people to listen to that. It's a quick listen, but we ran down all those guys and get Jamie's evaluation on them, and also the schools that are involved with all these players. So some really good intel. Iowa is really high on Daughtry's list, and he is really good, and to me he's the best of the bunch, and I've seen all of them. So I think he's special. He's really gifted with the ball in his hands. He's a high usage guy, so he's a lot like Bennett Sturtz in that way. And he talked to me about Bennett, talked to me about Ben McCollum and the relationship that he has, and Iowa's definitely going to get a visit. Jamie went as far as to say, like a week or 2 ago, that Iowa was probably his leader. It was Iowa and Michigan kind of out front, but he felt like Iowa was his leader. Now, having said that, starting down in Memphis the week before, he's been the best, I think the best player in the gym I didn't see anything in Memphis, but based on what everybody said was there, he was one of the best players in the gym. And I saw him play in Kansas City this past weekend, and he was the best player that I watched. And his team is winning. They've got 1 loss in the UIBL, which is the best of the best 16 AAU programs in the Nike circuit, and all really good players. And his team is like at the top of the standings now. So going into Peach Jam in July. So, and he's just been the best player on that team, averaging 24, 25 points, averaging 10 assists some games, multiple games. he's dominating the action, and we'll see where things go. I got to see TJ Jamison, who's going to visit June 12th to 14th to Iowa. He's from Louisiana. He wants to extend things out. I know people are going to ask me on June 14th, they're going to say, did he commit? Iowa get a commit? It doesn't seem like that's going to happen. He wants to take a lot more visits. So we'll see how that plays out. Jackson Davis got cut from the U18 USA basketball team, and he's kind of an old school point guard. He's from Illinois, more of a traditional point guard, where Jamison and Daughtry are guys that are kind of this new school point guards that can shoot it, score. Jackson Davis, more blue collar, kind of run the offense, score when you need to, just solid point guard. And and then Antonio Pemberton and Jalen Davis are two other guys. The interesting new name is Davion Thompson, who is originally from Bolingbrook, Illinois, goes to Link Academy down in near Kansas City area, Ozarks area. And he is, reminds me of Jalen Brunson, lefty, and can shoot it, scores it. Some might think he's more of a combo guard than he is a lead guard, but he is definitely a guy who can lead a team. And, Jamie mentioned today that there's been some chatter out there in his circles that maybe this kid might reclassify. He recently took an official to Vanderbilt. Arkansas has been poking around on him too. And remember last year, Iowa got a reclass from a kid whose last name was Thompson too, Trey Thompson. But that didn't happen until, I remember when we started hearing about it we were over at the John Deere Classic.
Yeah, you're right.
It started to really get going. So it was right around July 4th when the Trey Thompson thing kind of started to drop. Because I remember talking to Joe Tipton from over at TPC Deer Run.
Yeah.
And Andrew Lehman bugging us about getting information, right?
Yeah, I got two quick ones on this, and then I really go listen to the pods. It's way more important than this. But you mentioned with Daughtry high ball volume like Bennett Sturts. Do you have a comp yet for Daughtry? He reminds you of this. He reminds you of that.
Don't.
Darn it.
I don't have one.
Okay. You mentioned Andrew Lehman. He called me up and he said, hey, I'm about ready to listen.
I know half the time all these things are Andrew Lehman conversation generated.
Well, no,
when you get all fired up.
No, but he hasn't, like he hadn't listened yet. And he goes, I hear this. I said, I just see this thing sitting here. I'm ready to watch it. I said, you're going to listen. I said, you're going to love it because he loves Iowa basketball and recruiting. I said, they're in for like 5 or 6 guys. 6 guys are like top 50-ish type guys. And his first question, and we touched on the pod, but I want you to maybe explain it to these viewers. He said, well, yeah, but we're not going to get any of them. Like, we're always good with like finishing second place. And I said, well, Tommy thinks we're going to get at least one of them. You're still confident with that as well. Uh-huh. And there's a reason why. Go ahead and explain.
There's this thing called name, image, and likeness where you can
it's called money.
Potentially money. Give kids money. And that's why I'm pretty confident they're going to get one of these guys because they can go out and, they've got enough resources to make things happen. So that's why I'm confident that they'll end up with somebody. And I feel good about their chances here. So
tell Andrew right now, say, Andrew, relax and enjoy the ride. Just calm him down real fast.
Yeah, Andrew, relax and enjoy the ride.
My phone's gonna be texting here in a second with probably a double bird, but college basketball wise, I want to talk to you about 2 news of note that happened with not Iowa's 2 schools, but schools that Iowa have a little rivalry with. First, Andrei Stojakovic coming back to Illinois. I don't think it's a big surprise, but your thoughts on that, because he was a problem for Iowa a couple times last year, wasn't he?
Oh, he was. He he was a big problem for Iowa. They had no answer for him, defensively and offensively. He defensively even got after it and caused some problems for the Hawks. And then offensively, they didn't have anybody that could really check him in either game, and he was a difference maker. So, yeah, he came out with a real chip on his shoulder in both those games, and he played really well. So, yeah, Illinois is making a case for being the number one team in the country going into next season. I don't know if they will be. Florida is probably going to get some run on that, and some other places probably. But you could make a case, pretty strong one, that Illinois is number one in the country next year.
Can you imagine if Iowa's best player, a.k.a. Bennett Sturtz, had a year available, went and tested the process, and Iowa just moved on, and then all of a sudden he decides to go back to college, and he's one of the most sought-after transfer portal guys maybe of the entire cycle? I'm talking about Milan Momcilovic, and he's obviously out there. He's come back to school. I read St. John's. I read Arizona. I read maybe Florida, Kentucky. But why is it okay? I'm not saying it's okay, but why is it no big deal in Ames? Like Iowa, and I'm not saying this to be mean to the Cyclones, although probably am. But Iowa, like, your board would be melting down right now, Tom, if that happened on the Iowa side of things. And for Iowa State, it's like, yeah, this is what TJ wanted to do. I don't buy all of that. Do you?
No. The simple question you'd have to ask yourself is, would you rather have him or not? And
if you go to sign 4 guys, and I know they had this amazing weekend.
Now, if you can just resolve it by saying, like, we just understand we can't afford it, because he's probably going to get beyond $5 million.
And to Jake Brenza fans,
7.
and to their
go ahead. Yeah, I saw 7 million as a rumored number for him.
Yeah,
and you have to take that because he was not going to be a first round pick, so he's going to be a second round pick. Maybe you'd get like a 2-year, $4 million deal or something. I mean, if you can get $7 million for a year and then come back and get another bite at the apple, why wouldn't you do that?
Well, that's why college basketball is getting better, is because better players are staying because they can make more money. And to the Cyclones' defense, I did ask Jake Brendel, I think last week, I said flat out, can Iowa State afford Milan Momcilovic? And he said, probably not. Unless like Fairway writes out a check or something, like you find one company that wants to do the deal and be done, probably not. So that's probably a main reason why TJ probably knew going in, like, hey, when he comes back, we're just not going to be able to afford him. But I would also argue that if your 4th transfer, I'm trying to think if they had 4 or 5, whatever they had, but if the last transfer they picked up, if you just hold off on that person, like, maybe you're in the game now, at least when it comes to Milan.
Here's the thing that I thought was weird is, at least from the administrative side, I'm not talking about fans, I'm just talking about like TJ in his public comments about Momcilovic, was basically he just ignored the idea that maybe he could end up in playing college ball again. He was just like talking about, we wish him well in his pursuit of the NBA draft. And it was like the possibility of him coming back was never uttered by TJ, or coming back to college, I should say.
Yeah.
Not coming back to Iowa State, but just that. And I always thought he was coming back because I thought he would be a second round pick, and he never got a first round guarantee. And when you can make $5 to $7 million potentially, if you believe the rumors, why wouldn't you go cash that check for 1 year and then go back, because you're probably going to be a second round pick again the next year, and maybe you work your way into late in the first round if you have a great season.
2 things about Iowa women's basketball real fast. They're having it's actually one on women's basketball, and then another question kind of related. the home and home with UConn, I think, is awesome. So they go to UConn next season. the year after that, and and this isn't a bash at this year's Iowa women's basketball team, but we had Chad Leistico on probably 3-4 weeks ago, and he mentioned both football and women's basketball kind of looking ahead where this year could be good, but like probably the following season for both is going to be really good. You might have UConn coming to Carver Hawkeye and Iowa's, sweet spot, if that makes any sense. Your thoughts just on the home and home. I think it's a cool thing they're doing with UConn.
Love it. I think it's really cool. I think that's where the sport, both men's and women's, is going, is instead of going to those exempt events where they might cost you money to actually do them, they're going to do these one-off games, home and homes, or neutral site game, just one game, play in Chicago or play in Indy or wherever. And like I was playing Creighton in Des Moines. Travel costs are cheap. You can get a good game against somebody. I suspect we're going to see more of those and less of the other events, like going to Maui or going to different places, because of the cost associated with it, because you'd rather use that money to get more players than to go to Maui at this point, I think. Just use those resources to bring in talent and then play those games. And you have to schedule and you have to get those good games. But like Maui was, if you talk to people who went on schools that went on that, they'd lose like $500,000 on those trips. The only one that's really worthwhile right now to go on is the Players Era thing in Vegas, because the players are going to get some money. You can take a hit if the players are going to get a nice $250,000 or something. It's worthwhile.
So with that being said, I asked our good friend Pat Anger yesterday on the show, Iowa UConn, great women's basketball matchup, home and home. I said, if you're the Iowa football team and you could schedule a home and home with a non-conference team, and we said we should both probably get rid of Iowa State, but that was neither here nor there.
Yeah.
And add so I'll ask
I
you
agree.
the question. If Iowa could schedule, and they don't need to, I'm not saying they need to. Pat's quick response was, I'm going to schedule Ambrose and Augie because I just want to get wins, because the Big Ten schedule does. And I understand that. He's right. Although he don't want none of the bees smoke. Trust me. He does not want, and bees are back, baby. He wants no part of that. He wants no part of that.
Bees are back.
With that said, if you just and of course then Stockpile was already complaining at me at social media that they would not get rid of Iowa. It's not an Iowa State question. Anyways, long story short, if you could schedule one home and home for Iowa football, non-conference, who would you like to see? Where would you like to travel? And then who'd you like to see come to Kinnick Stadium?
Notre Dame.
It's a good answer.
Easy.
That's a really good
Notre
answer.
Dame.
Yeah.
I'd also love it if like Iowa did a home and home with like Texas or Texas A&M.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great. Something like that. They did the Miami games back in the day with Hayden. That wouldn't be too bad either.
The problem is the SEC would never do it because they already are doing the cupcakes.
Well, here's the other obvious answer. Iowa versus UNLV.
For football?
Yeah, just to go play, to go to Vegas for a weekend.
Yeah, that's all you want. That's all you. The Notre Dame's a very good point.
Notre Dame would be great. There's history. There's history in the series. It just, it was a game that was played over a long period of time between the two schools, and it was really good. It'll be fun to play Iowa Notre Dame.
See, that's a smart media answer. Pat was he was something. And then I brought up Central Michigan. He said, yeah, I'd love to see Drinkle come to town so we can drink beers. It's just like, we're not focused on what we're looking at. All right, Tommy, before we let you go, I think that covered everything. I do have to mention that you're wearing a shirt that's 10 years old. True or false?
Yeah.
I got
True.
one just like it. It's from the Rose Bowl, 2016.
Yeah.
Is that technically 2016? New Year's Day 2016.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's again, you guys are super busy. The Hawkeye Report is killing it. This morning you're chatting with Coach Jensen. That'll probably be up by noon. Earlier?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it'll be up by then.
I didn't know what time you were doing what. So, Coach Jensen on the Hawkeye Report podcast, Kyle and Tommy, both on there, correct?
Yeah, we got a half hour with Jan, so
Don't mess it
great.
up. Let Kyle steer the ship. He's so good. He carries you and everything.
I'm going to stay out of his way. I know I'm going to stay out of the way.
And then, rumor has it, possibly a friend of ours that's a pretty good golfer is going to be on.
Yes, Saturday morning we're going to record something with the great Zach Johnson because he has his foundation event coming up June 8th in Cedar Rapids at Hillcrest.
Have you officially filled your spot? Because Bailey Turner don't like us anymore. So, I mean, toss that out there to Zach.
No, he still likes me. He lined us up with Jan.
That's
He
true.
likes us
That's
still.
true. So he said, I can't golf with you, Tom. So here's the head coach.
Here's the
Zach
head
Johnson.
coach.
Zach Johnson at Highland Springs.
We'll see.
My team would still
We'll
win.
see the offer.
My team would still win.
The offer. Well, I already heard Anger said he was going to cheat. I mean,
No, I think it was
That's just what he
strategy.
does.
I think he was talking strategy yesterday. Pat doesn't cheat in golf.
the
He only
only thing
cheats on his taxes and his. I'll be quiet. That got me in trouble last year.
Yeah.
With Pete. So I won't do
Yes.
that to him. So all right, we'll check out the Hawkeye Report podcast. The last couple have been fantastic. They're all good. And then obviously Coach Jensen this morning, and then Zach Johnson this weekend. Tommy, I appreciate it. We'll talk soon.
All right.
See you, buddy. Tom Kakert joining us on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. Make sure you check out his stuff at the HawkeyeReport.com. We got a lot more to get to. The Alleman girls soccer team eyeing a sectional championship coming up on Friday, and they'll have to do it against a familiar foe. They also wrapped up a Western Big Six title for the first time in school history. They got a regional championship. We'll talk with the Pioneers coming up right after this.
All right, Crawford guys, we need to come up with a new ad campaign. Let's hear what you got.
Oh, let's make a new TV commercial.
No, we need a viral video.
I think my face would look good on a billboard.
Come on, what?
Right. We need your head to be bigger.
For heating and air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical, count on the experts at Crawford Company.
Like me, the Crawford lady.
And me, the Crawford guy.
Ugh, you've got to be kidding.
Bryant, whatever it takes.
This summer, light the fuse on something bigger than fireworks. It's red, white, and you at the John Deere Classic. July 1st through 5th with world-class golf and 4th of July energy you can feel. Wednesday is Youth Day and kids 15 and under get in free with a paid adult. After golf, concerts on the course rocks the weekend. Carrie Underwood, headlines and All-American 4th of July celebration. And Old Dominion closes out Sunday. Stars, stripes, summer tradition. Get tickets now before they're gone at johndeereclassic.com.
For over 65 years, Linquist Ford has proudly served the Quad Cities, and they're just getting started. Looking for a new ride? Check out a healthy mix of new and quality pre-owned vehicles ready for you. Need service? Skip the waiting room. With free pickup and delivery and mobile service, they come to you. No delays, no hassle. From routine maintenance to a full-service collision repair shop, it's fast, friendly, reliable, and always transparent. Linquist Ford, serving the Quad Cities since 1959. Experience the difference today. Welcome back to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo here on a Thursday in the Quad Cities. A ton of great spring sports coming to an end over the next couple weeks. We're in the postseason for softball, baseball. Track is at state for the guys this week in Illinois. And on the pitch, things are busy on both sides of the river, including in Illinois, where the ladies are getting ready for sectional showdowns coming up this weekend. And it's been another great season at my alma mater, Alleman High School, and the girls having a great season. And we're joined now by a quartet of Pioneer captains: Lexi Burkett, Nicole McGee, Claire Mahachko and Delaney Orndorff joining us right now on Off Day with Matt Randazzo. Ladies, thank you guys for getting up on your first day of summer break and spending some time with me. Y'all are nuts. Lexi, go back to bed, young lady. Kind of talk to me about this season. Lexi, it's been a great start to the season, a great season for Alleman Soccer. I want to start with the Western Big Six. I know there's bigger things going on, but for you guys to make history and be co-conference champions for the first time in program history, what did that mean?
I think it was really special especially with this team, and be able to go that far and really accomplish something for not only our team, but to be the first team to do it in our school for the girls soccer program. I think it was really special. It was a great experience. Nicole,
where do you start with goals? And I know there's big goals in this program. There's been a ton of success, and the postseason is important. But do you guys talk about Western Big Six to start the season? Was that something on your radar? And when did you guys realize, Nicole, that this was something that could be done this season?
Yeah, I definitely think we start out with just like being like conference isn't the biggest deal if we don't win, because we have state that we're preparing for. But definitely, like, we always, our coach always talks about conference and how, like, we're going to win it and then we're going to go on to state. Like, he's a very, like, we are going to do these things. And I definitely think, like, he started realizing that after our first conference game, watching us play together. Like, I think we had a really good first game.
Claire, there's been a lot of celebrating in the recent weeks, so we're going to go back, not the regional celebration, but the Western Big Six celebration. What was that like for you ladies? Because it is, and I'm an alum, it is little old Alleman that's doing something that's never been done before. What was that celebration like, and what did it mean to make program history?
Yeah, it was amazing. I think our biggest turning point game was that UT game. We didn't actually clinch it in that game, but that was such a big game for us. So we were obviously celebrating that one a lot. And then we had Galesburg later that week, so that was also a big one, and that secured it for us. But it was just super special to make program history with this group, and it was just a great experience.
Delaney, you guys look at it and you go to the postseason. You're playing great competition, including a Western Big Six foe coming up on Friday. We'll talk about that in a second. But what does the conference do for you guys to prepare you for the postseason? I don't want to say just the Western Big Six. I looked at your schedule. My God, girls. Could Mark Vanata schedule a tougher schedule? I mean, I know it's done for a reason, but the Cross River games, Delaney, playing in the Western Big Six, what does that do to prepare you guys for the soccer you're playing this week and hopefully next week as well?
I think playing for the Western Big Six, there's a lot of really big schools with a lot of really great competition. So being able to play against those bigger teams with some really great girls on the teams, it really prepares us for postseason. So that's great for us.
Lexi, this week, I should say last week, excuse me, all about regionals. And I know there's lofty expectations. You guys want to do really good things, but you can't play for state championships or get to state without getting that regional. Fourth straight for the program. What did it mean to, I don't want to say take care of business, but to perform the way you ladies expected last week and to win that regional championship?
I think definitely going into the game, there was a lot of making sure our head stayed in it and focusing on that game alone, and then looking towards the future instead of getting ahead of ourselves. So we had to, take care of business and get that game done. And now we can focus on Geneseo coming up tomorrow and the bigger games hopefully to come.
Nicole, you ladies that are seniors don't know anything but winning regionals. What does that mean? You went your whole career, 4 straight regional championships. They're all special, but what does that mean? Obviously there's sectionals and other games coming up and in the past, but regionals are something that you don't know how to lose. That's got to be special.
Yeah, I think it's just amazing to be able to hold up that standard of winning a regional and knowing that we got to add on to that legacy of just winning them. I think that's really cool.
You look at it, Claire, and you win regionals, you get to stay home. You get to be at the Alleman complex. You played earlier this week, beat Monticello 3-0. What's it like being back at home? Usually there's senior night and you're like, okay, this is the last time I'm going to play on the pitch at my school. And now you're playing some of the biggest games of your career on the pitch at your school. What's it like being at home, and how big of an advantage do you ladies look at that as?
Yeah, it's great being at home. Obviously, we have some great supporters that are always at our games. And I think there's just something to like knowing the turf that you're playing on, knowing the field and everything that just allows you to play at your best. Like we practice there every day. So it's definitely an advantage for us. And it's just great to, play on that field for one of the last times.
Delaney, you guys play Friday. It's not just a sectional championship game. It's against a school you know a little bit. There's a rivalry. Geneseo's got a great soccer tradition as well. There's people in Geneseo watching this right now, so I can't be overly biased. But what is Friday like? I guess we'll start with this, Delaney. Do you like the fact that you're playing a team you know and the team that you've played before, or do you wish you were playing somebody from Southern Illinois that you've never seen before?
I think it is an advantage that we have played them before and we know how some of their girls play, but I think maybe it's a little more nerve-wracking to play a team that we beat only 1-0. I do think we've got it though, and just look forward to the game. So yeah.
Lexi, talk about Geneseo, and obviously I know you four ladies, the entire team, the entire program has a ton of respect for Geneseo. Is it fun playing that conference rival, and what will Friday night be like? Not just physically and playing soccer, but getting prepared for the big stage and all eyes and the Western Big Six rivalry. What will that be like on Friday night?
I do definitely think that adding the Western Big Six rivalry adds another layer of nerves to it. So I think there's going to be a lot of mental preparing before the game and then really focusing in once it starts and not worrying about who they are, just knowing that you have to beat this team. And if you want to make the super sectionals or make it to state, this is what has to be done. It's not just a Western Big Six game where if you lose, you might lose the Western Big Six, but your season still continues. We have to win if we want to continue.
Nicole, you look at this and do you go back? Have you guys watched? What did you learn from the first game? Obviously, two really good soccer teams playing, but what have you learned? What do you remember from game one? Or do you not focus that much on what happened in the past and kind of look at what's going on Friday?
Yeah, I definitely think we have to learn from that game and recognize how they were playing. But I also think we have to forget about it and not come in cocky. I think we need to come in humble. They're obviously a very good team. It was 1-0. It wasn't a big blowout. So I think we need to kind of forget about it and just go in with a fresh mindset so that we're not putting ourselves at a disadvantage because we're not prepared to play them.
Claire, you look at this entire season and postseason. Hopefully there's a lot more for you ladies, but as a senior, do you think about and being in these type of situations? I know you young ladies grew up watching Alleman Soccer do these things. It's a great tradition. It's a storied tradition. Is it surreal you're in this position, and how much are you enjoying it as you go down the final chapter of your soccer career?
Yeah, it's really special. Obviously, like you said, we've been growing up watching this team for a very long time, and we've always had a program of success and everything. So it's just really special to be a part of it and contribute to it of ourselves. And just kind of for our season. Yeah,
Delaney, when did you realize this group was special? Was there before the season? Was it during the season? Was there a game? Was there a point, or did you just at what point did you realize this was a special group?
I think when we first started season and I saw the incoming freshmen and all the new talent we had on the team, I really thought we could go somewhere with that. And then that really shined to me in the UT game because I think all of us put our best selves out on the pitch and it all came together perfectly. So
the Alleman Soccer team, the captains joining us right now and off the air with Matt Randazzo. Lexi, let's do some goofy questions. I apologize if you're not ready for some of them. I enjoy doing them. Lexi, if you could have dinner with anybody in the world, dead or alive, for a half hour, an hour, whatever it is, who would you pick and why?
I think I'd have to pick Mia Hamm because she was one of the first girls to play soccer. And when I was growing up, that was a big, someone that I looked up to. I read some the little books about her and stuff. So I think I'd love to sit down with her and talk to her and ask her what she had to go through to get to be the player she was today. And I just think that'd be cool.
Great answer. Nicole, is this team, are you superstitious? Is this team superstitious? I know you guys are. All of you athletes are. Give me some of your superstitions or this team's superstitions.
Yeah, so before conference, we'd have team dinners. Normally at Lexi's house with her mom's cooking. And I think that's like a big part of our wins was her mom's cooking, if I'm going to be honest. But I'm myself, I don't think I'm that superstitious.
What, Claire, are you superstitious at all?
Not really. I just have like certain habits that I do. It's not really like superstitious. I always put my cleats on the same way in the same order. Same with my shin guards. And then usually I do the same hairstyle every game, but it's not.
Claire, that's not habits. That's superstition. That's the definition of being superstitious, just so you know. Delaney, any superstitions for you? Or my fault, habits for you?
I do have superstitions. I actually have a pair of lucky socks. I do the exact same
Please tell
style.
me you wash the socks, correct?
Yeah, I have to. My mom makes me.
All right, good deal. What else? I'm sorry.
I do the same hairstyle for all the games, and then also at every halftime, I have a snack from my coach's snack bag.
What's the snack at halftime?
Normally, I have this like packet of like protein, nuts, and fruit and stuff, and then I also have a Clif Bar.
Okay, I just didn't want it to be like I have 2 ho-hos and a Twinkie or something like that. I mean, you're doing something. Lexi, what's your superstitions? Any? Besides your mom's amazing cooking, people are going to be showing up at your house for mom's cooking. Any other superstitions?
I usually do my hair in the same hairstyle, and I always have a Celsius before the game.
Okay. All right.
So.
I love it. Is there a Nicole, is there a class clown on the team? Or clowns, people that, and not in a bad way, I'm not looking for troublemaker, just more the person that lights the mood the most or always has people laughing. Is there a class clown or two?
I think the goalies are always joking around. I think Coach Hoffman is always cracking jokes. I think that group is pretty fun.
Just throw it at the group. I like it. Claire, what's the most fun you guys have had this season off the pitch, whether it be a bus trip, a pregame meal, a postgame whatever? What's the most fun you ladies have had off the pitch, and don't get yourselves in trouble?
I would definitely say team dinners, actually. We just have a lot of fun. We're able to kind of chat and like decompress after practice and just, hang out.
I love it. Delaney, some of you guys do probably play multiple sports. Delaney, if you could play another sport, if soccer didn't exist, what would you be focusing on?
Definitely volleyball. I actually almost focused on volleyball, but soccer took the win.
Lexi, another sport, if it's not soccer, what are you doing? You can't even imagine, can you?
I play soccer. I guess I probably would do volleyball. I played volleyball freshman year and I liked it, but in the end I chose soccer, so I think I'd go back to volleyball.
I love it. Nicole, sport?
I'd have to say pickleball. I think that'd be fun.
You do know pickleball is supposed to be an old guy sport. That I play that. So I don't know if they have an IHSA pickleball yet, but maybe in 10 years they might. I always joke that if they had a professional sport for indoor 6-foot hoop basketball in your basement, that me and my kids would be first round picks because that's what we're really good at. Claire, your sport if you're not doing soccer.
I think tennis would be really fun.
Absolutely. Pickleball, tennis, same thing, although it's not. People get mad about that. Real quick, we'll go down the line. I know all you high school kids love weird drinks when it comes to energy drinks or Starbucks or whatever. So Lexi, give me your Starbucks order or energy drink favorite beverage. We'll start with you.
My favorite is definitely the purple from Atomic.
Okay. Nicole.
I'm a cotton candy from Atomic.
I have a feeling Atomic might be a theme here. Claire, are you still at Atomic?
Yes, I get the triple threat.
All right, well, it's Delaney.
I think I'm going to switch it up and go with Starbucks. I like their mango strawberry refresher.
I love it. I can't. Do you guys wait in line at Atomic, and does it bug you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. My kids will want to go there, and I'll be like, I'll just get there and be like, no, like I'm not doing this. I can't stay in this line, but they're doing good things. All right, before we let you go, some serious stuff. Lexi, just talk about Friday and what's it going to be like to be on the home pitch against a conference rival. What do you guys need to do to be successful, physically on the pitch, but mentally as you prepare as well?
I think we definitely need to start now. Like we started practice last night, starting to zero in on the game and talking about and thinking about who we're playing and really analyzing what we know about the team. And I think overall we just need to go in and we need to play how we know how to play and not completely freak out, play our game, calm it down, and hopefully we'll come out with the win and get to play Monday.
A couple early goals will help, young ladies. Just remember that. A goal early or two, and then you can relax and breathe a little bit. I appreciate you guys doing this. Let's talk next week after a state championship. Would that work? Can we book that? We'll work on that. You guys do your end of the bargain. Thank Marlene for me. I know Mark takes all the credit around the athletic department, but we all know Marlene is the person that runs the show. So thank her for me. Ladies, you did a great job. We'll talk soon.
Thank you for having us.
That is the Alleman girls soccer captains as they get ready for a big match coming up, a sectional championship game down at the Alleman complex Friday, 6 p.m. against a really good Geneseo team as well. Best of luck to both teams. Forget about my Alleman helmet I have on my desk. A little biased, but best of luck to both teams. We got more to get to coming up after the break. Softball is in full swing as well. United Township's enjoying a special season. We'll talk with some of their captains right after this. You're watching OTA on a Thursday in the Quad Cities. Be honest, are you craving Hungry Hobo again? You know, that fresh sliced meat piled high on those amazing sandwiches. Hot, off sliced meat piled high on those... All right, be honest, are you craving Hungry Hobo again? You know, that fresh sliced meat piled high on those amazing sandwiches. Hot, off the grill chicken and steak with all those delicious toppings. The biggest and best selection of baked potatoes. Or simply some waffle fries dipped in cheese. Well, now that Quad City favorite is even easier to get. Download the Hungry Hobo app today. Order ahead, skip the line, and earn rewards all at the same time. There's Double Points Monday and exclusive specials as well. With 12 locations in the Quad City area, it's Hungry Hobo. Now even easier to find, but still hard to resist.
Rafferty Funeral Home, dedicated to serving families in the Quad Cities since 2007.
Hi, welcome. Yeah, come on in.
An experienced staff plans each service to reflect the unique life and legacy of your loved one. Rafferty Funeral Home is proud to serve our community with dignity, respect, and compassion, helping you to celebrate your traditions and lasting memories no matter your faith, culture, or budget. Rafferty Funeral Home in Moline. Call today to discuss prearrangements.
When it comes to quality, convenient pizza, Godfather's Pizza in Silvis has you covered. Featuring a beautiful dine-in area, delivery, and a carry-out window. Godfather's Pizza is that pizza you grew up with, not a convenience store. You see, at Godfather's Pizza, the dough is made fresh daily. That mozzarella cheese is shredded fresh and never frozen. And those toppings are abundantly piled high each and every time. Locally owned and operated since 2010, Godfather's is a huge supporter of local athletes right here in the Quad Cities. So come on by and check them out at 1211 Avenue of the Cities in Silvis. Order online at godfathers.com and reunite with that same delicious pizza you grew up with. Welcome back to Off the Air with Matt Randazzo here on a Thursday in the Quad Cities. A lot of great spring sports in full swing as we hit the postseason on both sides of the river. We mentioned soccer earlier in the show. We've done track this week as well. Softball at a great time in Illinois as well, with several teams doing great things, including the Western Big Six champions, United Township, in the sectional championship game coming up on Friday evening. And now joining us to talk all about the Panthers are a trio of Panthers. We'll go left to right. Emily Stevens, Mia Johnson, and Maya Berhanke joining us us right now on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. First and foremost, ladies, thank you for doing this. I know there's a lot of goofballs in that athletic department. So for you three ladies to get this done, I appreciate that. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us. Thanks.
Emily, we'll start with you. It's been a fun season, and I know you guys had a great win last night, and we're going to get to that in a second. But to win the Western Big Six, Emily, when did you realize that this was a special group? I know it was a really good team last year. You returned a bunch of talent. When did you guys start to realize this could be a fun season?
Just kind of like it all setting to us that it's our last year together. We've all played with each other for years now, so like knowing that it's our last year playing with each other, we kind of just wanted to make it a fun season, to go far, to do great, and that's what we did.
Mia, you look at the Western Big Six, and it's always loaded. There's always good teams. It means a lot to win a Western Big Six championship. What was that like for you ladies this year to accomplish that as seniors, most of you guys seniors? What did it mean to do that and win that Western Big Six championship?
I kind of feel like that was a weight being lifted off of our shoulders because that was something that we were looking forward to even before the season even started. And it was really fun to finally get that.
Maya, I want to ask you, what did it mean to be Western Big Six champions and to accomplish that in this type of conference?
I think it's great. We've been waiting for this moment since freshman year, and we all just connected very well this year. And we definitely put up a lot of runs, which we really needed. And it's just great to be a team and connect together. Absolutely. Emily, you're a starting pitcher and a fantastic one. But when you think UT softball this year, she's kind of, I mean, you guys, the lineup is, and you're part of that, is just really good. Kind of talk about that, not just the offensive perspective, but as the beneficiary in the circle. Is it enjoyable to watch, to go to the circle with a lead as often as you do?
Oh, it feels like amazing. And like when you go in a circle and like you have these runs on the board, like it's like I feel comfortable in the circle. I'm able to pitch until defense work a little because we have that cushion, and I know that my will back me up what I.
No, absolutely. Mia, you look at it, and it is a really good lineup. I remember being there when you guys beat Rock Island and played so well against Rock Island. Is hitting contagious? Is it fun when you're going and Maya's going and Emily and everybody else in that lineup? What's it like? Is it contagious when you guys start hitting the way you do?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely like a domino effect. Like once one person gets a hit, we just go line and it's just hit after hit after hit, and it's so much fun. Absolutely.
Maya, I think you led the world in hitting this year. It was really just your. I know it's a team game, but yourself and what was it about your season? And I remember being there for the game I did for MC22, and it seems like you see the pitching really well right now. What is it about your game right now that has you successful as you get ready for this postseason run?
It's definitely great. This is one of the best teams I've ever had like throughout my whole career, and it's so good. Like this is like the best time to get hot right now since we're doing so good in the postseason, and it's just amazing going up there knowing that when I get on, I know Reagan and Emily and the rest of my team have my back when I get on.
We're going to go in chronological order, Emily. Before we talk about last night's victory, you got to get there first. And winning Western Big Six is great. You guys get a regional championship as well. It started with a victory against that school down the road. I don't know if you guys can say the name of the school in the bill. Nick Welch was roaming around earlier, so I don't want to get in trouble. I'll say Moline. I know you guys can't. What's it mean to get that regional and a special path too, to beat a Moline and then to beat a really good Pekin team? What was it like last week winning that regional?
It felt great. Like the last time we won regionals was freshman year, and throughout the years we kind of like fell short even against Moline. So when we got that win against Moline and like that another win against Pekin, it just felt amazing.
It was a fun week last week. Mia, what was it like to be regional champs and to celebrate that as well? So many celebrations over this last couple weeks. What was that celebration like? And you mentioned relief earlier. Some of you ladies mentioned relief. Was it relief, excitement? Talk about being regional champs.
Oh, yeah, it was all of it. It was relief. It was exciting. It was so much fun. I think we had the most fun on the bus ride back. I don't know. It was just a lot of celebrating, and it was a lot of fun.
I'm glad you enjoy bus rides because you had a long one yesterday. I talk about that because Bradley Bourbonnais, I talked with Rock Island coach Julie Hudnall this weekend just about your guys, just the Western Big Six in general. And we were talking about Bradley Bourbonnais, and they're good. They're a good softball team. To go on the road and get that victory and to still be playing and preparing for this weekend, what did it mean and what was yesterday like?
It was definitely a great experience. We know now going deep into the postseason, it's going to be more of a defensive game. We know we're going to hit the ball, but everybody has good pitching now. So we just have to find a way to put some runs up and keep that, keep it up.
Let's go back to Mia real fast because pitching is getting better, but so is hitting home runs. A couple yesterday. What I mean, obviously you want to do well in the postseason. One is good. What's it like hitting a couple bombs in a sectional semifinals?
That was, I don't even know. That was pretty cool. Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun. Yes, it was. It was probably fun for your pitcher to watch as well. Emily, talk about your catcher yesterday and her, not just defensively and what she does behind the plate and calling games, and she's one of the best defensive catchers I've seen. But you had to love the fact she's hitting a couple bombs. I'll let your pitcher talk for you since you're so modest, Mia.
It was definitely like a very exciting moment. Like the whole game was pretty close just overall. So getting when you see Mia just hit the home run, you already know. Just start running out the dugout. You already know she already hit it. And the fact that she hit two is even in our sectional play, it's just crazy.
You look at it now and you get a game coming up against Edwardsville. I believe is it Saturday? Or Friday night at 4:30, Friday afternoon, 4:30. How quickly, obviously there's that adrenaline from winning on Wednesday. You turn around and have a day. You got to deal with a goofball like me in the morning, and then you got to practice and go play. Emily, I'll stick with you. How do you prepare for Edwardsville and another really good softball team?
Just continue to what we've been doing the whole season. I mean, if we change what we're doing now, what's the point? We're doing great. We just need to continue to play our game and to practice how we practice, and we got it.
Mia, this group seems happy but far from content. Is that safe to say that you're enjoying what's going on, but this wasn't the ultimate goal?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like at the end of every practice or even every game, our head coach, John Alonzo, he likes to say, we're not done yet. We're not where we want to be yet. We still got further to go.
Mia mentioned Coach Alonzo, so Maya, I want to talk to you about him. We had him, Dan Pearson did a feature on our show last week about Coach. He's been there forever. I don't know UT softball, and I've been doing this for too long. And without John Alonzo, what does he mean to this group, you young ladies, when it comes to the game of softball, and probably outside the game of softball as well?
He's definitely a great person and definitely a great coach. He's very supportive. All of our coaches are very supportive of us, and they trust our decisions that we make on and off the field, and they're just there for us, and they know what they're talking about.
That absolutely is the case. We're joined by a trio of Panthers right now and off the air with Matt Randazzo. Emily, let's have some fun. Let's talk some fun about this team. You guys seem like a great group on the field. I think you have some fun off the field as well. Is there some class clowns, some goofballs when it comes to UT softball, and who would they be? In a nice way. We're not trying to get anybody in trouble.
I think one of our major ones is Kendall Crawford. She's another senior on our team. She's one of our outfielders. She's definitely the girl that will hype everybody up. You put any type of music on, she's dancing, she's up, and it's just, and then all of us just kind of follow her. Whenever she starts dancing and she's doing all that, we feel comfortable with each other, and we just look like we're having fun all the time.
Mia, what's the most fun this team has had off the field? Is there a moment or two as your senior season's gone on that you've enjoyed? Don't get yourself in trouble. But what's some fun moments off the field you guys have enjoyed?
I would say the bus rides too, and going home on the bus. I feel especially yesterday, up to Bradley Bourbonnais. Like, we put on like so many hype songs and we're just dancing on the bus. We probably shouldn't be standing and dancing on the bus, but
Your secret's safe with me. We won't tell anybody.
yeah, that was really fun.
Is Coach Alonso just like in the front of the bus, just with like headphones on, trying to stay away from you ladies?
Yeah.
I love it. Maya, what is every team is superstitious. I want to start with you. Is this team superstitious, and then are you superstitious? So is there any team superstitions that have to be done, and then what about yourself?
Circle. No.
Like the play hard, have fun.
Our gloves.
Before like every game, we set our gloves up in like a line, and then just get ready to play catch. I don't have any.
Before innings, like we come into the circle. And
Oh yeah. Before every inning, when we're on the field, we something in the circle. We just have a little saying before every.
Can I ask what's written in the circle, or is that private? If you can say no.
It's not anything written in our circle. It's just before every inning, all of us in the infield, we come together and we all just kind of say something. We hype each other up, and then we just like clap hands with the pitchers and we go off.
I love it.
Mine is for Maya. Maya's favorite thing to do when we get into the sixth inning, she'll say 6-7.
There you go. That's superstitious as well. Mia, any superstitions personally for you?
Personally, every time I go up to bat, like when I'm putting on my stuff, I'll put my right batting glove on before my left. That's just something that I do.
Okay. And hey, if it means hitting 2 homers in a sectional semifinal, keep doing what you're doing, girl. Keep doing what you're doing. All right. Let's do this real fast. Emily, favorite drink order when you go to Atomic, Starbucks, wherever you guys get your energy, caffeine from. What's the order?
So close. We'll go to Octane. It's just down the road, and usually I'll get a tropical wave with strawberry.
All right, Mia, you got one?
I think I'll get a Lucky Charm.
A Lucky Charm. And Maya, what's the energy drink, Starbucks, whatever? I'm assuming it's the same spot.
From Atomic, I get triple threat with pineapple and white chocolate, but I work at Octane, so I just get the same thing there.
Love it. And you probably get an employee discount, I'd hope, right?
25%.
That's the beautiful part about it. I love that. All right. Well, real quick, let's get back down to softball before I let you ladies go. Emily, obviously Edwardsville is really good. What do you know about them? And at this point of the season, is it more about yourselves than it is Edwardsville? Take me through what Friday evening looks like.
So we already had the chance to see Edwardsville in the Bradley Bourbonnais tournament a few weekends ago, and it was a decent game. So we know that coming into Friday that we have to step up a little bit and get it done.
Love it. Well, I want you ladies to get it done. We are rooting for you. Best of luck on Friday. Enjoy the bus ride. And I'm sure the bus ride back is a lot more fun with a win. So get a win and then keep rolling. We'll do this again maybe after a state championship down the road. That'd be fun. So tell Coach, tell everyone there I said thank you. Tell Scott Harding to get some better Wi-Fi. I think it's time. As you guys cut out one more time. So do that one more time. I appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
All right. That is a trio of United Township Panthers as they get ready for a huge softball sectional championship game coming up on Friday against Edwardsville. We got more to get to. You watch an OTA on a Thursday. We'll be right back.
Hello, Dan Pearson here of FCA. Our team is thrilled to support Off the Air with our good friend Matt Randazzo. We share the view of the power of sport when it comes to relationships, including the influence of the coach. FCA believes the coach is the most influential person in America. Matt celebrates local coaches and athletes. His content is informational, insightful, and inspirational. Our Fellowship of Christian Athlete team loves partnering with Off the Air with Matt Randazzo while we engage, equip, and empower coaches and athletes in our 23 counties. FCA, the heart and soul in sports.
View from the West, the podcast covering Illinois high school football.
It's going to be a hard-hitting game. It's going to be great football.
Weekly analysis and reaction from around the western side of the state of Illinois.
This is the game we had circled when the year started.
Follow along on YouTube and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.
It's big-time football out there tonight, and I know we can play big-time football.
View from the West. We got you covered.
Are you looking for the Quad City's best chips and salsa? There's only one dude to turn to.
Right on.
Snoop. Hand-cut chips, fried fresh with that crunch you've come to love. And the most addicting salsa with delicious fresh ingredients each and every time. Pick up your chips and salsa, queso, enchiladas, and much more at the Stern Center in Rock Island. To place your order, simply call the man himself. It's Snoop at 309-314-8197 and find out for yourself what the rest of the Quad Cities already loves. Welcome back to Update with Matt Randazzo here on a Thursday in the Quad Cities. Just seeing the chips and salsa has me hungry once again. The Guy Randazzo Memorial Golf Outing is coming up on June 20th at Highland Springs Golf Course. We have probably one team available, which is great. 35 teams already signed up, looking for a full field, but Snoop is there with great food at the Guy Randazzo. So get signed up, GuyRandazzoGolf.com, and get signed up. And there's chips and salsa out on the course itself. I mean, you can't ask for anything more than that at a golf outing. It's been a fun show. Some news that broke at the start of the show, which really isn't like breaking news. We knew this was happening. Iowa and Creighton officially set to play in Des Moines. Basketball coming up this next season. The game is set for Sunday, November 15th at the Casey Center in Des Moines. You can get tickets starting Monday, June 1st. So this coming Monday, exclusively at HyVeeTix.com. So Hy-Vee and then Tix.com. And you can get loaded and ready to roll for the Iowa Creighton game. Of course, the two teams have played 27 times in series history, first time since 2023. Iowa has won, I believe, 10 of 11 games in Des Moines? 9 of their last 10 games. We'll get it right. Hawkeyes have won 8 of 9 games at the Casey Center since 2013. They beat Bucknell last year, 94-39, but this year a much better matchup against always good Creighton team. Struggled this past season, but Creighton usually really, really good. So if you're in the Des Moines area, if you're in the Quad Cities area, if you're wherever and you want to watch a really good basketball game, coming up on November 15th, it'll be Iowa and Creighton at the Casey Center in Des Moines. If you are just joining us, shame on you. Where have you been? Tom Kakert started things off talking a bunch of recruiting and a bunch for men's basketball. We talked some kickoff times for the football team and a whole bunch more. So go back and check out Tommy. Also, Tom and Kyle have Jan Jensen on the Hawkeye Report podcast up right now. So go check that out. They get a half hour with Coach Jensen. I'm going to go listen to it this afternoon. I'm sure it's great stuff. So make sure you go and support them as well. Check out the Hawkeye Report podcast, one of the best in the business when it comes to talking Hawkeye athletics. Also, we focused high school today. The Alleman girls soccer team, they won the Western Big Six. They got a share of the Western Big Six. I've already got a couple text messages saying they didn't win it outright. They got a share of the Western Big Six championship for the first time in school history this past season. Won their 4th regional championship this past weekend. They beat Monticello the other day. I believe it was Monticello the other day. So they play for a sectional championship on Friday night against Western Big Six rival Geneseo. A quartet of Pioneers joined us on the show. Go check that out. Also, the United Township softball team, Maya Bernanke Mia Johnson and Emily Stevens joined us. So make sure you go check that out as well. It's a very busy time. People ask me, hey, covering sports in the Quad Cities, what was the busiest time of year? People think football, people think basketball, very busy times. The John Deere Classic was a 100-hour work week, but not as crazy as spring sports right now. You have soccer on both sides of the river. You have softball, baseball, track just got done on both sides of the river. Track's still going on state-wise for the boys this week in Illinois as well. I'm missing other stuff that's obvious. So it's a super busy time of year. We'll keep you updated, get some great interviews coming up over the next couple of weeks as young people from the Quad Cities area continue to do great things. We started that off on Tuesday with a pair of Bettendorf Bulldogs that won state championships in track, and AJ Willie and Gage Tucker. So go check out that show as well. Coming up on Monday, we'll have Joe Wieskamp on the show, efforting to get Luca Garza on here real soon. Gary Dolphin will be on in the next couple episodes as well. So a lot to get to here on Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. Really excited about it and super thankful that you guys continue to listen to the show wherever, however you watch it. We appreciate that for sure. Thanks for watching a Thursday episode of Off the Air with Matt Randazzo. We will see you guys back here once again tomorrow.